some people have relaxed or found a comfortable space. Jack has, since the evening really began and the first interactions with Gardy, he has been very upright, wide-eyed, and filled with nerves. He starts like speaking inwardly and goes like, "Hey, Slimy, how do I clean up?"
How do you clean up? Well, I am certain I don't know. Any kind of bleach or soap would absolutely destroy me.
Right. He's going to go ahead and look about for any sort of nearby attendant or somebody who appears to be a functioning hand worker of the establishment.
Wonderful. Yes. I would say go ahead and give me a like an investigation check to see who you are able to find.
Natural 20, 24 total.
Oh my God. I think you roll up. You start looking around. As you are looking, you come across Gardy again. And Gardy goes, Davy, right this way, please. And brings you, there's all these nerves around like the bars, the drinking, the gambling, the theaters, all the private rooms with courtesans at work. Honestly, several public rooms with courtesans at work. And instead, you are brought to a beautiful marble bathhouse. There are crystal clear waters in these marble baths, long public baths, and you are brought to a stunning brass bathtub with it's a clawfoot bathtub with lion's paws on it, and you see that a number of water genasi siblings, so like brothers and sisters, sort of come out. They're dressed in like clean white, almost like clean little white crisp uniforms. There's towels and lotions and scrubs and shampoos. Gardy walks in with you and says, "Lovey, first things first, we're going to take care of your body, yeah? You look like a man who's been working for a long, long time." And you see Gardy sort of massages your like traps, like the shoulders up here that are like enormous. It's like, "My lord, if I didn't know better, I'd say you'd been carrying a chunk of ship's mast around for some years."
Well, and he points over to the corner of the room because he never leaves it more than 3 feet from him.
You see, Gardy goes like, "Right, yeah, okay. We're going to get you taken care of, lovey. Go ahead, hop in the bath, and all of this is on the house, but as a result, I'm going to ask for a form of payment, yeah? And it's a favor. Relax."
Oh, right. As you request.
Cool. So Gardy turns to leave and says, "All right, full works on our friend Captain Jack Brakkow." And some other people start to come in. You see a very old turtle that has like a long neck and sort of these long, very strong, powerful hands. Comes up and says, "Here you are, sir. Take a step right into the bath. You'll be comfortable disrobing. I guarantee you'll have nothing that we here have not seen before. So please."
Right. Well, I apologize. I'm not used to such niceties. I don't mean to spoil your fine bath waters and wares, but I'm under orders.
It's all right. We use new bath water all the time, so you're not spoiling the water. It's always new water.
All right.
So,
will my mold be okay?
Your what?
Never mind. I'll just and you see like carefully begins to like very, very sheepishly begin to disrobe and take off his shirt button by button, looking at kind of the group around, and just at first it seems uncomfortable, and then it turns into, if you could see the flush beneath the fur, the elements of skin that do show in the face, there's an element of like briefly beginning to kind of get into it.
Yeah. Well, I think again, this place is magically designed to do this exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think whether or even the shift of Jack moving, just having his own self-loathing have some company in the justified rage and betrayal of what happened has thrown his normal like emotional orbit out of, or emotional axis. So it's like any disruption in a harmful routine represents an opportunity for something else to happen. You step gingerly into the bath. It's so perfectly, it's right on that cusp of warm into hot, where it's like, ooh, first your foot hurts, but it's like, okay, the foot goes in, and it's as you sink in, I'm not gonna lie, the attendants all kind of go wide-eyed as the water goes from clear and bubbly with foam to like, ooh, a little murky. Ooh, that's gray. Oh, that's brown. Oh, that's brown with chunks of green. And then like you see as you go in, you can feel like you forgot they were in there, but you can just feel like fleas moving up the fur. And then you see as it gets to your head, you guys like you look at the water and the attendants look and they can't believe it. You see made out of like dandruff, you see tiny little groups of fleas all go like, it's the end of the world, lads! All aboard! And you see that these little ships of dandruff launch with little bandanaed fleas that start to like say, they're like, oh, everyone get off! It's the end of the world, lads! We knew this day would come, the bards foretold! And little ships sail off into the bathwater. You see, yeah, the bath gets to work, and they actually, you're in there for a second, and they like, you're in the murk, and you see a plug gets pulled, and a new thing of hot bath water is brought in, until finally, there's a soap everywhere. That turtle reaches down and actually begins to massage your shoulders.
I once again apologize. It's you'll not find it not quite as tight as that.
Yes, I should say so. I knew that sailors were quite adept at tying knots, but this is ridiculous. The turtle actually takes a hand off to do a like hat tip motion with
no. You're a blessed one. Ooh.
Genasi kind of go in. You're getting like some like hand massages, some on your feet. The bath, like you can just be in this bath forever, and you can feel yourself kind of getting clean. Like Jack was born and raised in the bilge. This is probably the cleanest Jack has ever been, even prior to the bad years. And you are shepherded out of the bath. You're wrapped in this cloth robe, brought over to a table where you are laid out, and there's the water genasi go to work on a different massage. Flipped over, cucumbers on the eyes. Someone's like filing your nails, like, you see that finally, like, you even hear like snip, 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 and your fur is being groomed. It's like, at the end, you see that someone like rings this like crystal bell, and there's just this sort of humming in the space. You're left there with this humming noise. Candles and incense are lit, and you are in such a deep place of relaxation. Where is Jack going in his mind as he's in this deep place of relaxation?
Well, right now in his mind, he's thinking to himself, oh, there's 3, 4, these 5 attendants. I'm going to call them the Fab Five. I'm extremely appreciative for all the good they're doing to me right now. And there as he kind of relaxes, he begins to his mind begins to go to times before the wreck, remembering his upbringing, remembering being the runt of his litter, remembering being the smallest of all the ratkin nearby, and being teased and bullied and made to feel worthless. And then one day, the growth spurt caught up with him, and suddenly he was bigger than all the rest, and what he hoped would be a change in tides instead brought its own issues, new reasons to be picked upon. And so thought, maybe if he worked hard enough, if he strived hard enough, if he just was a good person who dug in, did the work, maybe one day he too could be something of worth and give people a reason to give him words of kindness over what his usual experience is. And it wasn't until this recent period of time with these people in this place that he really feels like a person. The curse is far from his mind. He's not even thinking about the spirits of those he's lost, of those that he felt so guilty for. In this weird moment, it's the first moment of real serenity that's come to him, probably to memory.
You open your eyes with this clarity and serenity, and at the base of this sort of padded table that you've been laying on, you see your clothes are folded. They are unrecognizable to you. Clearly have been hit with mending cantrips, clearly have been magically washed and cleaned. You look at this shirt and pants and remember wearing these not just in your, like, the clothes that you were wearing always harken back to the storm and the wreck and the crash. These were your captain's clothes. How few rat folk from the neighborhood of the Bilge that you came from got their own ship, worked, saved, found something they could buy to get out on the high seas? They're clean again. There was a dream you had that you reached out and grabbed, and it wasn't lost to you because you were cursed. It wasn't lost to you because you failed. It wasn't lost to you because your lot in life was never supposed to be heroic. That version of events where, maybe, I don't know if Jack would even phrased it this way, but the hubris, this feeling like clearly the gods punished me because I thought I could be a pirate captain too. It's not what happened. It wasn't the gods. It was people. It was betrayal. It was people seeking to do you wrong and hiding it from you. Your captain's clothes are at the foot of the table.
He sits for a moment and shifts from his serenity to stewing a bit in the memory of what's been done to him. The face of Clive McDoon, not but earlier this day, looking back at him, the realization of how much has changed in just the period of a day. And he sits up, takes the clothes, looks over at the large mast leaning against the side of the bathroom. I've earned this. I'm worth this.
You hear over in the corner, and you turn to see Garthy, who seems always above everything. Garthy is full weeping. They sort of golden metallic tears trace down their face as you say those words, and you see they go, "So sorry, Captain, to intrude. Those are the only words I ever want to hear from people when they come here. Because, Lovey, it's always true. My darling Captain, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you in want of company? We can offer you whatever you'd like.
He has locked eyes with Garthy, their appearance striking, and subconsciously moved his grasped folded clothing down to cover his nether regions. Out of shyness of realizing that he's still unclothed and is just not yet used to an atmosphere where that's not an issue. Yes. My answer is yes.
Garthy walks over to you, takes your hand, and begins to walk you out and says, I have some close, intimate friends up in my quarters. I'd be happy to share the night with you if you'd like. And I can get some room service, get some food delivered. How's that sound?
I don't know about staying with strangers after such a day. You know, I've had quite a bit of some personal breakthroughs. Don't know if I'm quite in a place where I'd feel uncomfortable putting my vulnerable self in the hands of someone I don't know.
I understand. You see, Garthy narrows her eyes and say, Captain Brakkow, perhaps the best thing for tonight is, as you've said, no strangers. I'm happy to deliver you to the room with your friends if you'd like. I'm not sure if you consider me a stranger or not, but also, if all you're looking for is some simple company, just a open heart and an ear to listen and a shoulder to lean on and someone to be by your side, that's also completely all right. Just tell me what it is you need.
You see, whereas the one other time that Jack has smiled in recent years was so forced and broken earlier this day, the long, sleeping muscles in the face begin to reawaken as a true, genuine smile curls across his rat muzzle. His now very perfectly manicured rat muzzle. He says, you know what? Let's start there. I don't say I consider you a stranger, but I could use an open heart.
Garthy nods and says, that sounds lovely, Jack. And we'll get some good food for you to eat, some good drink. We'll get a nice fire going. We'll talk. And I have a very comfy bed, and it will be nice to have someone to sleep next to. You see they smile, and they say, am I bringing the mast up there too? That's coming as well, yeah?
You look as this sudden look of anxiety strikes across Jack's face, and he looks back at the mast, and like the left hand begins instinctually kind of reaching in that direction before it stops and freezes. And the hand relaxes to the side and goes, I can pick it up in the morning. For now, let's see where the night takes us.
Garthy smiles, goes arm in arm with you, and you walk up to a night of tender and truly loving companionship of the heart, and of listening, and of providing space, and of gentle sleep for the first time in a long time. Marcid, my good man, what's Marcid getting up to that night?
Not having this wonderful night of self-realization. I can tell you that.